Right now, as you're watching this, there are two people in your city. Same age. Same education. Same starting salary. 5 years from now, one will be financially free, and the other will still be living paycheck to paycheck, wondering what went wrong. The difference? It's not luck. It's not connections. It's not even how hard they work, it's how they think. And here's what nobody tells you. The thinking that keeps you comfortable is the exact same thinking that keeps you broke. Your brain has been programmed with financial operating systems that were designed for survival, not success, and every single day you run these programs, you're actively pushing wealth away from you. I'm going to show you the 7 thinking patterns that are silently destroying your financial future, and more importantly, how to rewire them before it's too late, because the brutal truth is this: if you think like everyone else, you'll end up like everyone else. Let's get into it. Pattern 1. Trading time for money. The first trap is the one they teach you from childhood. Work hard, get paid. Sounds logical, right? Show up, put in hours, collect paycheck. This is what average thinking looks like. But here's the problem. Your time is capped. You have 24 hours. Even if you work 16 of them, there's a ceiling. You hit it, and that's it. You've maxed out. The wealthy figured out something different entirely. They don't ask how much can I make per hour? They ask how can I get paid while I sleep? Think about it. When you buy a coffee, you're paying for the result, not the time it took to make it. That coffee took 2 minutes, but you paid $5. The business doesn't care about time. They care about value delivered, but average thinkers stay stuck in the equation. More hours equals more money. So they pick up extra shifts. They work weekends. They hustle harder. And yes, they make more money in the short term, but they've also locked themselves into a prison where they can never stop working. The moment they rest, the money stops. Wealthy thinkers build assets. They create systems. They invest in things that generate returns without their constant presence. One person builds an online course once and sells it 10,000 times. Another person trades hours for dollars 10,000 times. Same revenue. Completely different lifestyle. The shift you need to make is this: stop asking what can I do to make money and start asking what can I build that makes money? It's the difference between being the engine and owning the engine. Pattern 2. Waiting for permission. Average thinking says, get the degree, climb the ladder, wait for the promotion, hope for the raise. You are essentially waiting for someone else to decide you're worthy of more money. You've outsourced your financial destiny to a boss, a company, a system that has zero incentive to make you wealthy. Here's a hard truth: your employer will pay you the minimum amount required to keep you from leaving. That's not evil, it's just economics. They're running a business, not a charity, but the average thinker accepts this. They believe the path is linear. Do good work, get recognized, move up. Maybe in 20 years, you'll be comfortable. Meanwhile, they're watching their bills increase faster than their salary. Wealthy thinkers don't wait. They don't ask for permission to earn more. They create value and capture it directly. They start the side business. They learn high-income skill. They bet on themselves instead of hoping someone else bets on them. The most dangerous lie you've been told is that someone else is coming to save your finances. They're not. No promotion is going to make you rich. No raise is going to change your life. Those things might make you slightly more comfortable, but comfort is quicksand. It keeps you just satisfied enough not to change, but not fulfilled enough to be happy. You want to know why average thinking keeps you broke? Because it keeps you waiting. And while you wait, opportunities pass by. Windows close. Time runs out. Pattern 3, the safety trap. Play it safe. Don't take unnecessary risks. Secure the bag. Average thinking worships safety. It sounds responsible. It sounds mature. But here's what it actually is. It's a slow death of potential. Let me be clear, I'm not telling you to be reckless. I'm telling you that the safe path isn't actually safe anymore. The safe job? Companies are laying off thousands. The safe investment? Inflation is eating it alive. The safe career? I is coming for it. What you think is the safe harbor is actually a sinking ship. You just haven't noticed because it's sinking slowly. Wealthy thinkers understand calculated risk. They know that the biggest risk is taking no risk at all. Because when you optimize for safety, you optimize for stagnation. You put your money in a savings account earning 0.5% while inflation runs at 4%. You're not saving, you're losing. You're just losing slowly enough that it feels safe. The people building wealth right now? They're uncomfortable. They're learning new skills that feel awkward. They're investing in assets that fluctuate. They're starting businesses that might fail, but they'd rather bet on themselves and possibly fail than bet on a system designed to keep them average. Here's the shift. Stop asking what if this doesn't work? And start asking what if this does work? Because both are possible, but only one question moves you forward. Every single financially successful person you admire did something that felt unsafe. They left the job. They invested the money. They took the leap, not because they were fearless, but because they understood that safety is an illusion and growth requires risk. Pattern 4. Consuming instead of creating. Look at how you spent your last free 2 hours. Did you scroll social media? Watch Netflix? Play video games? Now look at how the wealthy spent their last free 2 hours. They created content. They built a business. They learned a skill. They made something. Average thinking says, work hard, then relax. You've earned your consumption. Wealthy thinking says, the hours after work are the most valuable hours you have, because they're yours. That's when you build your escape plan. The average person is a consumer. They consume entertainment, consume products, consume content. And consumption costs money. You pay for Netflix, for games, for apps, for convenience. Every dollar you spend consuming is a dollar that could have been working for you. The wealthy are creators. They make the content you consume. They build the products you buy. They design the apps you use. And every consumer sends money upstream to creators. That's the flow. Money flows from consumers to creators. Here's the uncomfortable question. Are you a revenue source or a revenue stream? When you buy that coffee, you're a revenue source for Starbucks. When you scroll Instagram, you're a revenue source for Meta. When you binge that show, you're a revenue source for Netflix. The shift isn't about never consuming. It's about balancing the equation. Spend at least as much time creating as you do consuming. Write the blog. Build the app. Start the channel. Make something. Because creators capture value, consumers pay for it. You're not going to get wealthy by being really good at watching TV. Pattern 5. Short-term thinking. Average thinking lives in the present tense. I need money now, so I'll work this job I hate. This tastes good now, so I'll eat it even though it's unhealthy. This feels good now, so I'll buy it even though I can't afford it. Immediate gratification is the enemy of wealth. Every financial decision is a trade-off between now and later. And the average thinker always chooses now. They finance the car because they want it now. They use the credit card because they need it now. They skip investing because they want that money available now. And every single now decision compounds into a broke future. Wealthy thinkers operate in the future tense. They ask, where will this decision put me in 5 years? They plant trees they won't sit under for decades. They sacrifice today for a better tomorrow. Warren Buffett sat in the same house and drove the same car for years while he built billions. Why? Because he was playing a different game. Not the game of looking wealthy, but the game of being wealthy. And those are very different games. The average person wants to look rich. New car. Designer clothes. Nice apartment. They're spending money they don't have to impress people they don't like. It's a performance. And it's bankrupting them. The shift you need is this: delay gratification. Not forever, but strategically. Every dollar you don't spend today can be invested. And that dollar, compounded over time, becomes $10, becomes $100. But you have to give it time. You have to think long term, plant seeds today. Water them consistently. And in 5 years, you'll have a forest while everyone else is still looking for shade. Pattern 6, Scarcity Mindset. I can't afford that. That's too expensive. I don't have enough money. Average thinking is rooted in scarcity. There's not enough to go around. Money is limited. Opportunities are rare. Someone else's success means less for me. This mindset is poison. Because what you focus on expands. If you constantly tell yourself you're broke, your brain will find evidence to support it. You'll miss opportunities because you're not looking for them. You'll avoid investments because you've already decided you can't afford them. Wealthy thinkers operate from abundance. Not fake positivity. Not pretending problems don't exist. But a genuine belief that there's enough. That money is infinite. That value can be created, not just divided. When they see someone succeed, they don't get jealous. They get curious. How did they do that? What can I learn? How can I apply this? When they see a price tag, they don't say I can't afford this. They say how can I afford this? That subtle shift changes everything. Because one question shuts down your brain. The other activates it. I can't afford this equals end of conversation. How can I afford this equals here's what I need to do. Learn a skill, start a side hustle, create value, find a way. Scarcity thinking keeps you small. It keeps you competing for scraps. It keeps you believing that the pie is fixed and you're fighting for your slice. Abundance thinking helps you realize, you can bake more pies. You can create value that didn't exist. You can expand the game instead of just playing it. Pattern 7, Ignoring Financial Education. Here's the final pattern. And it might be the most important. Average people don't study money. They'll spend hours learning about their favorite sports team. They'll binge entire shows in a weekend. They'll scroll social media for hours. But ask them about compound interest? Tax strategies? Investment vehicles? Cash flow? Blank stares. Your school system failed you. They taught you algebra but not budgeting. They taught you history but not how to build wealth. They prepared you to be an employee, not an owner, and the average person never fills that gap. They stay financially illiterate their entire lives. They make the same mistakes their parents made. They believe the same myths. They follow the same broke blueprint. The wealthy treat financial education like oxygen. They read books. They study markets. They understand tax code. They know the difference between assets and liabilities, not because they're smarter, but because they prioritized learning what actually matters. Here's your action step. Spend 30 minutes every single day learning about money. Read the books. Watch the content. Take the courses. Learn how money actually works. Because you can't win a game when you don't know the rules, so there they are. 7 thinking patterns that keep average people broke. Trading time for money. Waiting for permission. Chasing safety. Consuming instead of creating. Short-term thinking. Scarcity mindset. And ignoring financial education. Here's the good news. Thinking is a choice. You weren't born with these patterns. You learned them. Which means you can unlearn them. Starting today, you can choose to think differently. To see opportunities instead of obstacles. To build instead of just work. To invest instead of just spend. To learn instead of just consume. The gap between you and financial freedom isn't talent. It's not luck. It's thinking. Change how you think, and you change your entire financial trajectory. The question is, will you? If this resonated with you, subscribe for more content on building wealth with the right mindset. And drop a comment telling me which pattern hit hardest for you. I'll see you in the next one.